In which case, I got some shackles in the back.
Oh,
Just kidding.
come on,
But
man.
really, I
I
got it.
love having a good time. Do whatever you want.
Okay. Yeah, we crossed the line there. What's going on, guys and gals? Welcome to Good Real Hunting. It's your boy Brad, the Brett Man's over there. Today we're going to be giving you a review for Gerald's Game. It's a Netflix original movie directed by Mike Flanagan from Stephen King's story. Of course, we're on the way to that Summer Slash tournament. 32 of the best Stephen King movies of all time. We're going to be finding one winner. This, of course, is going to be on that list. We're excited to talk about it today. Of course, if you haven't seen the movie, we will be talking some spoilers today.
Like Brad said, we're on that road to Summer Slash, and that bracket is in the description down below. So if you're able to see this video in time before our epic live stream for Summer Slash, fill out a bracket, turn it into your boys, and if your bracket is good enough, you could possibly win the $25 gift card of your choosing. You could earn a $25 gift card to your favorite porn store, and so you could buy you some of those sexy clubs with, like, you know, the fuzziness into them, you know, and have yourselves a great old time, just like this girl does in this movie.
Yeah, something that'll break away if need be. You know, you don't want to get too serious, man. But man, I rewatched this movie for the first time since the 2017 when it came out, man, and I vastly enjoyed it more this time than the first. Of course, this if you haven't, like I said, this is about this gal and this dude. They go out to this cabin to play some sexy games. She gets shackled up to the bed so they can explore each other's bodies in a sexy way. That it wasn't really sexy at the end of the day. It got a little weird, but then he fucking dies, Birdie. He fucking dies. He croaks out right on top of her, falls off the bed. She's all shackled up, can't get out, so she's just fucking stuck there. They're in the remote fucking cabin in the middle of nowhere near the lake. And she can't call for help. She's shackled up there. Big trouble, Birdie. Big trouble.
Two things. Thing number one, don't use Viagra. Thing number two, fuck the girl, because I don't like her anymore. She fed a dog Kobe Wagyu beef. That is one of the most expensive cuts of meat you can have in the entirety of this world. $200 per share, man. Like, and you feed it to, why are you giving it to the dog?
The dog was hungry. The dog was hungry, Birdie. The dog was hungry.
Dude. Feed it the carrots, not Wagyu beef. Are you freaking kidding me?
Carla Gugino, though, the lead in this movie, fantastic. Obviously, you've seen her a lot of Mike Flanagan stuff. She's been in pretty much everything he's done on Netflix and stuff. This, to me, I mean, she was fantastic in The Fall of the House of Usher, too, but this is right up there with that as like just a really a fantastic performance that kind of I think it got overlooked for awards and stuff like that. I think she was fantastic. She had to carry this movie by herself for the most part.
Oh, dude, absolutely. And don't forget our boy Bruce, because he played a heavy role in this film as well. And he didn't need to take a pill to enhance his game in this movie because he was absolutely fantastic as well. I think they've selected the two correct actors and actresses to really take this game to the very next level. And of course, it's always good to have that cheat code of Mike Flanagan we trust.
So that's the next point. Mike Flanagan, Stephen King combo. There's no better combo in horror. I really don't think there's any, like, you take his adaptation for Dr. Sleep and now this, he's got another one coming out here pretty soon that I just found out about, but I'm really excited about. I forgot the name. I'll get it back later. But dude, you got two of the best, most creative minds working together. You know, Stephen King comes up with the stories. Flanagan puts his spin on it. I haven't read this book. I don't know how faithful it is. I'm sure it's very, but he does such a great job of bringing those characters from the book to real life. And he did the same thing in Dr. Sleep. I think this is, honestly, it's right up there with it. It's a fantastic, like, exploration of characters. Again, like what Mike Flanagan does best. There's some scary ass shit in here as well. And just the writing to me is really what blew me away this time, man. The first time I saw this movie, 2017, I was expecting to get a story of a girl chained to a bed, can't get out, what she's going to do. And that's, you know, I got that and I was like, oh, that's fine, whatever. But this time I got the real point. I got the story of a girl breaking away from childhood trauma and a girl breaking away from her current, you know, situation. And I get all
talking
that.
about themes.
Absolutely. And that's what it's really all about, man. This movie explores the idea that, yeah, there's real monsters. Moonlight Man, you bring him in. There's real monsters out there, and sometimes they look like monsters, but some of the real monsters are the people that are there to protect you from the monsters. They're your father, your husband, other people like that. And that's what this movie explores and does a fantastic job with. So I love it for that.
No, I love it for that too. And don't get me started on the freaking Moonlight guy, because to me, he looked like Darth Plagueis the Wise.
That guy was creepy as fuck. The first time he popped up in the
Yeah.
corner, and I forgot how it all turned out with him. I remember seeing him in the courtroom at the end. But when I first saw him, I said, I totally forgot about this.
The very first time we saw him standing in that corner, dude, Mike Flanagan set the mood and atmosphere for that scene to absolute perfection.
Yeah, I didn't have any problem. Like, I just thought he was creepy the whole fucking time. I thought he was like, when she was walking down the hallway at the end, when she finally gets out and he's back there and he's collecting rings and shit. Like, you know, hey, put your prize in here for a chance to win. I don't know what that was, but he looked creepy in the hallway. And then at the end, when she's in the court and he turns around, you're not real. That freaked me out too. And that was full lighting in the middle of a room with a bunch of people. Like, just his performance and how like he was just like screaming that out. Freaky as fuck. But she didn't care. She knew he was real. She knew anybody can be a monster.
Just another thing I wanted to add too, just what Mike Flanagan just excellent, like perfectly executed in this movie. Every single act that Carla does in this movie is just freaking nerve-wracking. Like, just simply just getting the whole water from on top there. You didn't know whether she was going to drop it. She was going to make a mistake. Like, getting that tag to make a little sippy cup and all that. You don't know if she's going to drop it. You don't know if she was going to mess up. Or when she goes after the phone, if she was going to drop it with her toe, which... very impressive. I've done that plenty of times myself. It is not easy to do, especially with those new iPhones. But dude,
why are you catching phones with your toes?
Hey, I get bored sometimes, you know, and I've just, you know, but seriously, Fo, just every single thing she does is absolutely nerve wracking and gets me anxious the entirety of the time. And that's just perfect work from Mike Flanagan.
You know, she's got the her projection of herself out there, as well as Bruce, her other projection. Bruce is the more negative one, you know, saying, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. That's kind of like her negative side, the devil on her shoulder kind of deal. And the other one's the angel, that's yourself. Yeah. And that one's a more positive one, like, hey, you can do this, you know, let's kick some ass, let's get out of this situation. That carries it. We saw that in Hush as well, with Katie Siegel and whatnot. You kind of had her talking to herself, getting through the situation. Kind of the other thing here, kind of the same thing. I think it works beautifully. I think it's fantastic. And it's a great way to bring Bruce, have him, Bruce Greenwood, I should say, in the movie more after he dies. Birdie Boy, man, what about this freaking scene where she rips her fucking hand off, though, and sucks it right through the handcuff, man? Is that not one of the best fucking uses of gore you've seen in a minute?
Oh, man. Okay. First off, before that, want to give like two more honorable mentions real quick. You speak of Katie. Katie had a little role in this movie as well. Nothing too big, which was kind of disappointing. I kind of like to see more of her, especially if you're going to use her talents. And then, of course, Henry Thomas as well, playing the dad, too. God, I didn't know he can play that creepy dude.
Creepy as fuck. And that's what I love about it. They made him a very normal looking dude, you know, doing really creepy and disgusting things. And that's the point of the movie, is that anybody can do something like this. He fucking nailed it. He was fucking scary, man. I don't even like him anymore. That's how good he did.
I just want him to stay away from freaking ET, man. Like, cause I don't want them watching the eclipse together. But anyway, so back to your question, Fo. The freaking hand thing. Honestly, it didn't bother me the first time with it. I'm like, oh, this is fake as crap. But then just this time around, I don't know, it hit different with me. I was freaking doing this. Like, stop that. Stop that gummit. Why would you do that to yourself? Like, I was freaking getting all torn up, bitch. I can't no longer watch that particular scene. That is actually like dude, I don't want to talk about it no more, dude. I have this pure imagination in my head. I could just imagine that scene over and over again. It will now forever live inside my brain, rank free. And damn it, pay your rent.
Please do. I thought it was tremendously effective. One of the best, like, just such a great use of gore. Like, we see it so many times needlessly. Usually gore is used when somebody's dying. It's usually used when somebody's at the end of their rope and they're all getting all broken up. In this case, it's her freedom. That's, you know, it's a little bit different the way that it plays out. It's such a nasty scene, but at the same time, this is her getting away. This is her breaking out. Dude, I was doing the same thing. I was like, man, I don't even want to see this right now. When she stuck the glass in, I was like, what is she thinking with this glass? What's her plan? And she sticks it in the fucking shelf and yams it right up in there. She's like, you don't want to cut too deep now. And I'm like, bullshit. I mean, fucking hey, man, this shit's that was nuts, man. Gross. Slips it right out there, and then she's flopping around. You know, she's just running around with floppy skin.
Let
Oh,
me use my strong hand.
that's the prequel to the Strong Hand Man, dude. Yeah.
You knew something eventually how she was going to escape. It's definitely going to feel earned. And definitely it felt more earned. And also, like, it's just our main character wasn't safe. She knew she had to put herself through pain. And even like her good angel shoulders, like, this is going to hurt like shit. And she goes, yep, but I'm not going to freaking stay here and piss myself anymore. I'm getting kind of hungry for some Kobe steaks. Which, guess what, girl? You gave it to the dog, so screw you. Major improvement for the first time around with this movie. Definitely, I love the themes of this movie and how she legitimately breaks free. I love that. The acting was great. Mood and atmosphere was great. Mike Flanagan just, again, delivering when it matters the most. So last time around, I gave this movie a 3.5. I'm going to majorly upgrade it to a 4.5 out of 5. It would have been a golden reel for me if she didn't offer that damn Kobe beef to the dog. And the CGI Moonlight guy.
I'm gonna moon your guy. Anyway, there's a fucking same thing. Vast improvement for me. First time I watched this, I gave it a 3 out of 5. I was like, it's solid, but whatever. I've seen better trap movie, but I got so much more out of it this time. I enjoyed it so much. The writing I was floored by in general. Just every little aspect of it I loved. So I'm gonna go 4.75 with it, man. I mean, it was and it's one of my favorite Mike Flanagan movies now. Right up there behind Dr. Sleep. I think probably number 2. Fantastic. Absolutely.
Interesting. Can I get a yeah?
Yeah.
What did you all think about Gerald's Game? Did you have a really good time with this? Like, did you have such a good time? Do you want to get shackled yourself? Or did you have some problems with this movie? Let us know in the comment section down below. Let's get that discussion rolling.
And if you want to help us find the good reels, you can do so by finding us at all of our socials right down there in the description. They're right down there for you.
Absolutely. Along with that, again, it's the bracket for the SummerSlash tournament. So if you were able to watch this video before we go to our live stream on the, I believe right now is the 27th, if I'm just guessing out my noggin, turn your fill bracket out, turn it in, and for a chance for a potential prize if your bracket is lucky enough. And Brad said from the last video for the Dead Zone review that the Beers for the Bros is coming very, very soon, and the links and all that are going to be also for now on in the description down below for Good Real Hunting. But I'm actually going to leave us off with a joke before we end this video.
A joke?
What is Jessie, the girl from the movie, what is her favorite song? Breakaway by Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, okay. I got
you. Even though she didn't break away, she freaking just. Anyways, we're out here. See you guys later.